May the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be always acceptable in your sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer.
Amen.
Amen. I always begin my sermons the same way. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, here we are on the second Sunday of Lent, or 11 days in. It's still early, but I bet many of us, self-included, already don't have a perfect record. Whether we gave up something or added some activity. There are a number of reasons this can happen. Not necessarily because we deliberately gave up on our intention, but there's all the things we know in our daily lives. Tiredness, inattention, distraction, that's a euphemism for iPhone. Lack of effort, even getting fed up and ditching the whole project. At one time or another, we've all done one of those things, or maybe all of them. And so we get discouraged and give up. On the other hand, some may have not started Lent at all for some of those same reasons, especially inattention and distraction. You may have been so consumed with Valentine's Day you forgot about Ash Wednesday. Some people conclude, therefore, that it's too late, so why bother? A lot of people have the notion, and I did myself for years, that Lent is a one-and-done proposition. In other words, if you indulged in something you had promised to give up, or neglected to do something you promised you would not do, and haven't done it, then you were done. There was no point resuming it because you had already failed once, and that ruined the whole project. Sort of like, I'm picking up the sports analogies here, March Madness, or Wimbledon. One loss, and you're out. Okay? See you next year. Good luck. Put differently, the goal was perfection in this one thing throughout Lent. One mistake or mishap put you out of the running, so there was no point continuing. Some of you have maybe heard me tell this anecdote before, so I apologize for using it again, but I think it's good, so I will. A Roman Catholic friend of mine, very close friend, in college classmate, lived on the same floor in the dorm, she told me, after I caught her surrounded by candy bars on a Sunday, told me that Sundays didn't count, so she could eat candy or drink beer or whatever it was. I was totally astonished. I had never heard such a thing. Sundays don't count, huh? In fact, it struck me as cheating. Right? Yeah. A true Lent keeper, like us stiff upper lip Episcopalians, you start on Ash Wednesday and you go straight through till Easter, no days off. That is, until you gave in once and then gave up completely. There is also, of course, the possibility, and it's not impossible by any means, that you could actually keep the Lenten vow you made. I did that myself on several occasions, but I found that on Easter, my main feeling was not closeness to Jesus, but pride in my own willpower. Yes, I had done it, and not even used the Sunday cheat option. To be honest, on Easter morning, I wasn't thinking so much about the resurrection, but of that chocolate donut, a Boston cream from Dunkin' Donuts, that I had so deservedly earned through my Lenten abstinence. As soon as church was done, that's where I was headed, Dunkin' Donuts. I was thinking, does anybody remember who Homer Simpson is?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. If I were Homer Simpson, there'd be a thought bubble above my head with just a big fat chocolate donut in it. And Homer going, donuts. Yeah, okay, that was sort of me, but I didn't go out loud. Now, here's the thing, and I didn't really grasp this till, I'm embarrassed to say, not that many years ago. Keeping a Lenten vow is not about perfection. You shouldn't be cavalier about it either, but it's really about doing something that's meaningful to you as a way of knowing Jesus better and drawing closer to him. It's a way of saying that you're going to journey to the cross with him, at least in a symbolic way. In today's gospel, Jesus says that we should take up our cross and follow him. Many people interpret this as having to put up with some affliction without complaining. But there's more to it than that. He presents us this paradox. Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, and whoever is willing to lose their life for him will save it. In other words, Lent isn't simply a contest or challenge that we either win or lose. It's a way of growing closer to Jesus, knowing him better and loving him more. But it does not require perfection. That is not the goal. The goal is to stay with Jesus. He is so loving, merciful, and gracious that he actually helps us out. It's not one and done. It's one and come back. Acknowledge your failure and come back. Try again. Jesus welcomes you back. I was very pleased to see, we didn't plan this, but Pat's little blurb on the top of the email news about second chances and coming back fits in very nicely with this. Serendipitous there. Thank you, Pat. Jesus welcomes you back. Even if you fail all 46 days, Sundays included. Even if you never started Lent at all but want to pick it up now, you can. Jesus recognizes that we're trying, but we're weak. That's okay. He welcomes us back over and over. Think of the thief on the cross with Jesus. Remember the story of the two thieves on either side of him? Yeah, and remember one mocks him, and the other one says, basically, be quiet. We deserve to be here, but he doesn't. And then he asks, the so-called good thief asks Jesus to welcome me into your kingdom. And what does Jesus say? He doesn't say, tough luck, it's too late, time's running out. He says, today you will be with me in paradise. This fellow, the thief, he only has hours, maybe minutes to live. There's nothing he can do to reform or to go out and make restitution to those he harmed, or say, I'm going to live a better life from now on. He's got no time left, basically. But he repents, and Jesus welcomes him. I'm sure many of you know the line from Lamentations 3:22. His mercies are new every morning, no matter how you screwed up the day before. So it is with Lent. Jesus welcomes you. Our God is so merciful that he even accepts a last-minute change of heart. I don't know about you, but that realization made Lent much more meaningful to me than just an exercise in willpower. So don't give up on Lent. There's still plenty of time. Jesus welcomes you and values your effort, no matter how weak and hesitant it may seem to do, if you do it for him. Amen.
Amen.